Hello everyone, welcome to this mini-series on some of the most asked questions that have come through our office, the Office of Future Engineers. My name is Nicholas Buffo, and I'm a recent graduate from our Weldon School of Biomedical Engineering and will be attending medical school. I'm a senior peer counselor here in our Office of Future Engineers, and I want to thank you for joining us for this podcast. Let's get into the first question. What is a learning community? Now, this is a question that I've got a lot with families and students. And it's a really great opportunity for you to continue to get involved on Purdue's campus and make this first year engineering experience even more your own and customize it to be kind of what you want it to be. So, in summary, a learning community is a group of students that have similar interests and want to work with these like-minded individuals within some of their classes or extracurricular activities. Now, one of the many benefits of joining a learning community is actually having a residence option where you can live with these students both in the same dorm room, like with a roommate, or also in the hall, like down the hall or neighboring rooms within your residence hall. So not only do you have the opportunity to live with these other like-minded students and friends that you're going to see in classes every single day, you also have the option to get involved, make new friends, and get to know these smaller groups. I know some of the learning communities actually will go out and do like team building activities and get to know a little bit more of the West Lafayette or Lafayette community areas. So it's really a great way for you to meet other students who also have these similar interests to you and also get a chance to get more involved on Purdue's campus, meet new friends, and get a smaller group and a community as you're starting to build these in your freshman year. Some of the options you have to be in a learning community, there's again, I think over 10 or 11, I think now in our College of Engineering. Some of these are including something called EPICS or VIB. EPICS stands for Engineering Projects and Community Service. This is a learning community designed for when you take your engineering classes, you're actually working with a community partner, giving back to our community, working on projects that are going to help to better the community that you are now joining as a Purdue Boilermaker. VIP, on the other hand, stands for Vertically Integrated Projects. And what VIP allows students to do is actually work on teams that are actually doing cutting edge research with professors right away, right now. So they can start that during their freshman year. You're going to work with other students who are freshmen, as well as some graduate students and maybe even the professor during some of the meetings. And you're going to be able to pair up with them and actually complete these projects on different things from like autonomous vehicles to spacecraft to aircraft to biomedical engineering devices. I mean, the possibilities are endless within the VIP program. All of those projects for the VIP program are posted online, and I think there's over 40 or 50 projects in VIP, and I think over 50 projects in EPICS right now. Now, both of those have their own class options, but within a couple of the other learning communities, they have their own smaller class sizes as well. We have the bands and orchestra for our students who are interested in still either marching, doing marching band, or doing the jazz band. We also have another one called Global Engineering. That's actually the learning community that I was in. I think it's a great one, although I'm not biased with that one. But I think global engineering really gives students a great perspective into some of our communities that you're going to work with around the world, as well as projects that may span over countries, over different languages and different engineering principles that are taught around the world. It really helps you to start to build these conversations that you can have with these students and with people that you're going to possibly work with in a global sense beyond. There's plenty of study abroad opportunities within the global engineering program. It's a really great one for you to check out. We also have this thing called the data mine, which is really going to work on data science projects. They've grown tremendously over the last couple of years as our data and sort of artificial intelligence and computers programming has gotten so big over these last couple of years and how engineers are working with data every single day. Two others that are involved are women in engineering and minority in engineering. Both of these have a live-in option, but allow you to participate as not a live-in option. So if you wanted to still participate in the women engineering or minority in engineering and participate in something like EPICS, you can do both and live in with, let's say, the EPICS program, but still participate in the women in engineering program. Now, the Women in Engineering and Minority in Engineering program both have opportunities for students to get involved from their first day they step on campus. There's actually an academic boot camp within the Minority in Engineering program. The Women in Engineering have a mentor and mentee relationships that you can sign up with to meet students that are a little bit older and have some upperclassmen friends. So it really is a great opportunity for students within the Women in Engineering and Minority in Engineering, and it's open to everyone, not just what the name suggests. Now, learning communities are not required. You can apply if you are inclined to, and I encourage you, if there's one or two of them that you are really wanting to do or you're passionate about, apply to those programs. They could be great options for you to be able to enhance your first year engineering experience. Now, if there's not one that you're really inclined to or really leaning towards, you don't have to apply. You're not required to at all. It is definitely not in the minority by not applying. There still are quite a few students who do not participate in learning communities, but there are opportunities for everyone to get involved if they choose to. So The application is concurrent to the same deadlines as the roommate matching typically for their priority deadlines. Typically, it's in the middle of April to early May are typically the priority deadlines. And these are available for any student. These are concurrent also to the housing application, so you have to do it in addition to the housing application. So that is one thing to keep in mind, that it's an additional application with some essays required. So just keep that in mind when you're going to apply. And again, it falls into the same kind of details that you need to accept your offer of admission from Purdue University a couple of days prior to. So we typically recommend at least 3 business days prior to when you're going to submit this or the deadline, whichever comes first. Now, learning communities are limited to space, so I would recommend you apply by the priority application date set online, also within your application portal, and you will register for your classes with your advisor. I hope this helped you start to learn a little bit more of these frequently asked questions and hope to answer one of these burning questions that were in your mind. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.